Donald Trump just a few days back said that we are holding Bagram and we'll continue to hold it. I don't know what sort of a deal has been struck between the two.
Just very briefly comment on the Bagram airbase. It's a media rumor. The Bagram airbase is not with the Americans, and they're not holding it. Americans have left Afghanistan. The last C-17 left on 15th of August, 2025. So we have to recorrect that. And for the future also, I do not see any of the logical reasons that they will go back to Afghanistan in a sense that you were discussing.
Within these discussions in the Tehran Dialogue Forum, we've also heard that there's much more of a pragmatic approach to international affairs also. And I think this trend is also very visible with regard to Afghanistan. And I think when it comes to interests, there are actually quite a bit of shared ground between Afghanistan, Iran, Europe as well.
When Taliban captured power on 15th August 2021, most of the neighbors were happy engaging with Taliban. Our neighbors actually supported their coming to power. We have seen a gradual acceptance of Taliban globally.
If you see historically, Pakistan's relationship with Afghanistan has followed somewhat of a positive and negative trajectory. And I think the roots of this particular relationship is embedded in historical bilateral irritants that both sides, by the way, have not sincerely addressed. And that is why even today, when you see the current de facto regime in Afghanistan, we are facing the same problems. Why? Because both countries have not focused on a comprehensive bilateral framework to engage with one another.
The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is not an organization like many others who have a philosophical base, literature, that you have to go read and understand what are their ideas about economy, politics, ideology, and then state and governance and all of that stuff. It is an organization that came into being in the reaction of the chaos that we had in 1990s in Afghanistan after the defeat of the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan. So that time, the organization had just two goals. One goal was to unite Afghanistan and have a central government. And the second goal was to establish an Islamic state.
We think the most difficulty to the internal governance for Afghanistan government now is poverty, hunger, and refugees, and somehow to fight against the abuse of extremism, or we can see weaponized of terrorism.
So when it comes to Afghanistan, each country in the region is looking at Afghanistan from a different perspective. And as a result, very often a comprehensive regional approach becomes difficult.
Intra-Afghan dialogue has gone. One part of the whole Doha agreement is no more applicable at all. It has no sense because there is no, one part is there, the Afghan Taliban, and the government that was there in Afghanistan, the republic has fragmented. There is no specific, I would say, specific one address of the republic now.